This is USVI News, your Virgin Islands connection.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for USVI News. I'm Emily Matson. A St. Thomas man is arrested for an assault in Carrot Bay last week. 47-year-old Khalil Henley is facing several assault charges. VIPD arrested him last week for the April 10th assault in the Lindbergh Bay area. The victim, according to police, sustained contusions and fractures to his head and face and was hospitalized for several days because of the severity of his injuries. Henley is in jail under a $75,000 bond. In St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands Police Department is continuing to ask for your help in finding a woman who's been missing now for more than a month. She is identified as 35-year-old Mikerlange Dimer. Her husband reported her missing to VIPD back on March 15th. He told police that his wife was seen on the 14th in the Anna's Retreat area, and he has not heard from her ever since. She's about 5'5" tall, 170 pounds, with black hair and a slim build. She was last seen wearing a gray hoodie, dark pants, and a bonnet on her head. If you have seen her or may have any information about where she might be, you are asked to call police at 340-774-2211, the extension 5554. Call 911 or Crime Stoppers VI at 800-222-TIPS. COVID-19 cases remain steady in the territory. The spike we're seeing is likely from the BA.2 Omicron subvariant, which is now accounting for 86% of new cases nationwide, according to the CDC. The VI Health Department received confirmation that several cases of the BA.2 variant have been identified in the territory. According to the latest numbers available from the VI Department of Health, there are 152 cases territory-wide, with 75 on St. Croix, 70 on St. Thomas, and 7 on St. John. Allegra Miles got enough votes to continue her run in the popular singing competition American Idol. Last week, she was featured in the top 24 for the 20th season of American Idol. Audiences at home were able to cast their votes to keep Allegra's dream alive and remain in the top 20. And your votes counted, Virgin Islands. During Sunday night's episode, we found out she got enough votes to make it through to the next round. She came in 12th. She had an amazing performance of Tom Petty's Free Fallin'. The 19-year-old singer-songwriter grew up on St. John, spending her formidable years in the USVI. She tells us the Virgin Islands community has been extremely supportive of her over the years. Easter weekend in the territory brought friends and family, and celebration brought it all together, as well as lots of Easter eggs. St. Thomas and St. John families came together for the First Lady Yolanda Bryan's second annual Easter egg roll. The festivities for the toddlers took place in the First Lady's garden on Government Hill. The older kids then had their hunt in Fort Christian. The events included games, activities, majorettes, family fun, and of course, as you see there, the Easter Bunny. How adorable. Looks like everybody had a wonderful time. A federal judge in Florida has struck down the national mask mandate on planes, trains, and buses, ruling that the judge ruling Monday that the government has no authority to require travelers to wear masks as a way of slowing the spread of COVID-19. The U.S. District Court judge in Florida said the mask mandate exceeded the authority of the CDC and was put into effect without the necessary procedure for seeking public comment in advance. The CDC recently extended the transportation mask mandate until May 3rd to allow more time to study the BA.2 Omicron subvariant. The Justice Department wouldn't say Monday whether it had planned to appeal the ruling. Meantime, as we head into what is expected to be a very busy travel season, pilots at two of America's biggest airlines say exhaustion is on the rise among their ranks, which could pose a safety risk. Pilot union representatives at both Southwest and Delta Airlines report their members are increasingly tired and fatigued. While passenger levels have returned to 90% of their pre-pandemic levels, staffing levels have not recovered. That's because thousands of pilots either retired by choice or by reaching the mandatory retirement age of 65. Meanwhile, climbing demand and cancellation chaos caused by severe weather is testing the mental and physical limits of many aging pilots. Delta's union representative says too many of his pilots are working longer days with shorter nights at home. In response, Southwest says it has a goal of hiring 8,000 new employees this year, with 40% of them being flight crews. The New York International Auto Show is now well underway in New York City this week, and this year, electric cars are taking center stage. Michael George went for a test drive.
The World Car of the Year is electric.
The Hyundai Ioniq 5.
Hyundai's Ioniq 5 took home the top prize and several other awards at the New York International Auto Show.
How's the handling? Handling's good. It's very smooth steering.
The company's Troy Miller took us for a spin. The Ioniq starts at just under $44,000, comes with a high-tech dash, travels 300 miles on a charge, and is quick.
The 0 to 60 in by 0.2 seconds. It's instant torque. It's very punchy.
The big trend of the show this year is definitely electrification.
Tim Stevens from CNET's Roadshow says more electric vehicle choices are charging into dealerships, from the $27,000 Nissan Leaf to the $90,000 Ford Lightning Platinum and the Porsche Taycan Turbo S with a $185,000 price tag.
People have only had the choice for Teslas for so long. People are just excited to have a lot of choices on the market now.
Stevens says EVs only accounted for about 3.5% of total vehicle sales last year, but popularity is growing, fueled by frustration with current prices at the pump.
As gas prices continue to increase, that certainly makes things a lot easier to quantify from a cost standpoint that EVs make a lot of sense, not just for the environment, but also for your budget.
Consumers seem to agree. Cars.com saw online searches for EVs surge 173% last month, and 55% of gas-powered car owners say they're considering going electric.